we talking about Kobe. We're a year away from the passing of him and Gigi and everybody that was on that helicopter flight. It was an emotional time. Vanessa asked that, everybody post as much as you want, but be respectful and don't post any, footage of the helicopter crash or anything like that. And I really hope that the media and everybody honors that wish and respects that wish of, being respectful, and posting the good memories and the good pictures and the good videos of them and the other individuals that were lost, so that way we could remember them in a loving light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always gonna be some knuckleheads that obviously post whatever they post, but and I hope people spam them and get them shut down. But it's a tough day. I mean, just like Jesse was saying like earlier, like when you think you have it hard, there's somebody else that has it harder. And I know for each and every single one of us, like Kobe meant a lot to us. But I can only imagine what what she might be feeling, and the family obviously for not. I mean, it's her husband and her daughter, and then everybody that was also involved in the accident. So it's a tough day, man. It really is. Um, what were some of the memories that stick out in your mind when you think about Kobe for both of you guys?
That swagger, man. Um, I think when he did his whole Nike run, remember that
The
commercial
little
with
puppet.
Kanye was it? No, oh
Uh,
that puppet was dope too. But remember the commercial with
uh,
Kanye was it there?
Oh yeah,
that's tight.
the Mama Mentality commercials.
Yeah, it's like more, more.
Everybody was in those commercials.
Yes. When he was jumping over the car, he
Mm-hmm.
jumped
That
over the
too.
car, and
Was
then
it
he jumped
Ashton
over the
Martin?
snake. Yeah, he dunked over the snake pit.
That
The
too.
water.
With the guys from Jackass.
Yep. And then even back to his Adidas commercial when he was dunking. Like I thought that was just so amazing. Like his commercials were legendary, and I think those really stand out. His swagger bled through. He was just an inspiration. That swag was just you couldn't compare. You could just feel it. It was contagious. You could feel it in the screen. It just made you want to go out there and just do that. But I think his commercials, probably one of the memories that really stand out. To your point too, Andy, even those commercials with LeBron when there were puppets, like that was funny. But we look forward to those. I miss those days. But that's just something that really sticks out to me. Obviously, there's so much more I could get into. I know we talked about the final game, all of us being there, that amazing atmosphere, how he drew the city, how he drew those people in the crowd and had those fans. Uh, he's an inspiration, man. He'll always will be one of the greats.
Oh man, I would never be able to choose one. To piggyback off of um, you talking about the commercials. I love one of his final commercials, which was when we knew he was gonna retire as a Nike commercial, and it was of him playing in the game, and then the crowd, the cheerleaders, the opposing retired players were in the stands. All the fans were booing him and singing, hate towards him and it was so beautiful because he knew how great he was, but he knew how hated he was, and it was because of how great he was, right? It was a respect thing of why people couldn't stand Kobe Bryant because of how that's one of the things, but um people couldn't stand Kobe Bryant because of how great he was and how he would rip the hearts out of those fans year after year after year.
Hmm.
And the fact that he was willing and Nike was willing to play into that was beautiful to me. But there are a number of memories. I've been able to see him live a number of times, which I'm extremely thankful for. But I would say him getting injured all the time and really fighting through that, whether it was the Achilles, the knee multiple times, the wrist, the shoulder, the fingers, the foot, the ankle, everything.
His face.
Okay.
Yeah. His face when Dwayne Wade fouled him in the All-Star game and he had to wear a mask after that, he always fought through it. And for me, like whether it's when I'm like going for a hike, right? And it's tough because I ain't exercised in, some months or weeks or whatever it is, right? And you're tired, it's like what would Kobe do? He would fight through it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? No matter what. I like to think of myself as a solutions oriented individual. And I feel like that's definitely someone I look up to when it comes to finding a solution. No to him means try harder, right? Like he's going to find a way to figure out how he can master whatever problem it is that he's facing or whatever um, thing it is that he wants to accomplish. And I respect that about him, and that drives me. He's definitely somebody I look up to when it comes to determination and accomplishments. And it's not because of the skill, because he is one of the most skilled basketball players we've ever seen, but it's because of the determination, the
Yeah.
drive, the will.
Yeah,
Mom, he got his own mentality. Like that's.
Yeah, the mama mentality.
that's yeah. And for me, quick thought that just came to my head. Remember when he was on I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and like they were showing the team excited about like winning a game after they lost,
Yeah,
like a
and they
bunch of them.
sucked.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
sucked. And his face right after that was priceless because he had that look. Yeah, like disappointment. Like I'm about to give these dudes some buckets in practice. Like it's just, that just kind of defined like you both of you guys, what you say, like his determination, his mentality, resiliency when it comes to like overcoming everything that's got thrown his way. For me, it's just periods of time with that I really think about, like his early stages when he got drafted in dunk contest, the All Star
mm,
games,
mm,
the second year when he was coming off the bench, averaging 16 points a game and like coming into his own, and then like those 3-4 years where they won the championships, like being a Robin to obviously Shaq being Batman and just excelling, and then after Shaq left, like just murdering the whole league. I mean, talking about averaging 35 plus points a game for 3-4 years, and then that was his transcendence into the Mamba, switching his number, becoming that better player, facilitator, teammate, leader. And so like there's so many stages into his career. And then after that, after winning the championships, like I felt like he became the man that we all wanted to be, that we all want to strive to be. So like just the standard that he created for all of us to follow. His leadership, like for me is like just growing up watching him. Obviously, the day that happened, like I teared up in the kitchen. It was devastating. So but I'll never forget like those things. Like I always have that thought in the back of my mind, like Blevin said, like WWKD, what would Kobe do?
Mm-hmm. I think
You
that's Kevin Durant. Dude. Whoa.
Oh, he's a beast.